Hey everybody, I'm Amanda Rueda and I am a senior product manager with GitLab here in the plan stage. And I wanted to show you my favorite top 10 features that you would consider lesser known. These features don't get a lot of, I think, press, but they definitely help with workflows. And so I really wanted to highlight these as being my favorites. So the first one is resolving comments. You might have seen this feature on merge requests. It's pretty popular on that object, but that's also available in other records like issues. So what it is the ability to essentially mark a comment thread as resolved, so that, as you can see by the image here on the right, once it is resolved, it collapses and is expandable for folks who are viewing it. And can be unresolved in the future. But this is a really nice feature for me as a product manager when I'm going through maybe a feedback issue about about a new feature. I can mark things as resolved as I've responded or provided links out. And that way it's a nice kind of task management for myself on issues. And there's other ways or other reasons that you might want to use this. Let's say there's long running comments and that thread has essentially been completed. It's nice to collapse that and get a little bit of the real estate of the page back. So resolve comments, it's not just for merge requests. Next, internal comments. Again, on issues, you have the ability to mark a comment as internal. What I like about this feature is sometimes you don't want to make the entire issue confidential because you want to have transparency and you want your community and others to be able to view the information that's presented there. But sometimes you might have something that is sensitive, might be a security issue, might be something where you'd like to cite a customer name or customer specifics, share important data that should not be made public with your internal team. By using internal comments, you can share this and still maintain visibility on the rest of the issue. So again, this is a really nice, feature that's a little bit lesser known. Andor Filters, and/or in filters, is a really nice feature that allows you to select several conditions. So in this case, I'm saying where the label is work items and the label is feature, but it is not, and it is also either project management or product planning. Today, the feature is released as an MVC, and that's why the UI or the UX of that experience is not exactly what we'd like to see. I think the next step is to make it a little bit more user-friendly in terms of selecting the ands and ors, and eventually be able to apply the ands and ors between the filter criteria. So right now it's within a single filter criteria and or within labels, for example, or within assignees, but not yet available as this label is this or the assignee is that. So that's not yet available. I should note that this is only available currently on listing pages, but will be coming to other filterable views like boards and roadmaps in the future. Auto expanding of URLs is a really big one. You can auto expand a URL by adding a plus to the end. If you do that within GitLab, then the URL will automatically expand to display the name of the record. If you add a plus S, as demonstrated in the slide and the image on the right, it will add the title, it will add the assignee, the milestone, as well as the health status. So this is a really nice way to quickly share out a list of information without having to click into those records to get all of that information. Next is the power of quick actions. I don't know if quick actions are something you have in your toolkit already, but I'll tell you what, this is one of my biggest time savers. So I use quick actions when I am creating a new issue or epic, or if one is already created and I've come across it, maybe somebody created it and I was triaging it. I will just simply create a comment using quick actions. And in this case, you can see this example. I've applied something like, I don't know, 6 labels plus a milestone plus an assignee just by using the quick actions, and I don't have to do all that clicking. This is really, really a powerful workflow, especially if you tie it to, like, if you use a snippet within your browser. For example, I have a snippet where I just type like a keyboard shortcut for like new backend feature, and it will pop all the information I want using the quick action. So quick actions are really amazing. You can also use quick actions for things like cloning. So if you have an issue that you've created, for example, for an epic, you're breaking down an epic, and you have, maybe more children issues to add to that epic. If you've already added the metadata to one of those, you can clone the one that you've created in terms of the metadata. And I believe that the quick action for that one is /clone metadata, I believe. And what that does is it's going to add all the labels and all of the additional metadata to that new issue. So that's a real time saver. But check out the full list of our quick actions. We have so many to choose from. And basically anything you could do in the UI, you could do from a quick action. Bulk edit is another workflow efficiency. Every milestone, at the end of the milestone, I have to move, or I do move all of the issues that didn't complete in the milestone to the next milestone, and I apply the updated milestone as well as a label that indicates that we missed that milestone. And so I'll just come into a list, I'll filter to exactly what I want, and then using the bulk edit, I can add that label that I want, I can update the milestone, and do anything else with just a couple of clicks of the button. Epic swim lanes are a little bit more well-known, but not by everybody. So when you're on an issue board, you have the ability to use the group by in the top right bar, which will then break the list of issues into horizontal groupings by epic. And so that is a really nice way to be able to see, okay, how am I doing, how am I tracking on this particular feature level view? And, you can move the cards on the board around. If this was a workflow board, for example, you can move them if you're in a stand-up meeting from one list to the other with having that context of knowing what those issues are related to. We do have a goal this year to increase the number of the types of things that you can group by. Today it's just epic, but in the future you could expect assignees and labels and other things like that. Wiki diagrams are my favorite feature these days. So in a wiki, we have a diagram IO integration where you can go out and create diagrams, and they could be as simple or complex as you make them. I have created some pretty elaborate diagrams here. I'm just showing you on the right side a couple of pretty simple ones, but you can see how awesome they really pop and bring the information to life. And it's a really friendly and flexible framework. It's real easy to use. And not only does this drop the image in your wiki page that you're creating, but I have certainly created images that I don't even use in a wiki page. And I brought it into like issues. I'm really hoping that we can integrate this into issues in the future. Next, tables. So one of the biggest pieces of feedback that I hear internally working at GitLab for years is that tables are tough. Not everybody feels comfortable with Markdown, and so they become kind of a nightmare to create and maintain. And now we have a really nice kind of table generator using the rich text editor. So you can see on the right here, it's as simple as selecting the number of cells you want and then typing in and embedding your or entering your information. Again, to create and edit, it's super easy. And it feels a lot like other programs out there that have these kind of table generators. And then lastly, this isn't quite a Plan feature, it's just something I use a lot in Plan. I like to embed videos, not just link the videos. and embed GIFs into my issues to bring a little bit of levity on the GIF side. And the video actually gives you the kind of thumbnail of the image. It makes it a little bit more obvious what this is going to be linking out to. So I have the format that you need to use there. So you can go ahead and grab that. I'll also add it to the description of this video for quick reference. But basically on the video, you just drop in the video ID, which is the last code in the YouTube URL. And then on the GIF, you'll see you just paste the entire URL of the GIF. So yeah, it's really easy to kind of bring those things to life. And that is it. Thank you so much for spending the time with me today, and I hope you found this valuable. Have a good one.